Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Picaso back again. Thanks for joining me. It is tech time, guys. Today we are basically looking at, again, customization tools, customizability, trademark. Yeah, so recently I've been doing a lot of themes, and when I make themes, you know, I do love that pop-up feel. So what I use, base launcher is Nova Launcher Prime. That's the paid version of Nova Launcher. Widget lock for lock screens, things like multi-picture live wallpaper, pop-up widgets, I think I mentioned that, Zooper Widget Pro, media utilities, just a lot of stuff. So today I recently did something on creating custom widgets using Zooper. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at pop-up widgets slash Zooper, so kind of in between both of them to how I usually make some of my themes. Okay, so let's begin. So first thing we're going to do is put up, basically what we're going to do is create the widget that we want to pop up. So we're going to go ahead and hold down on the screen. Let's go to widgets. You can obviously do this with any base launcher you want, any launcher, it doesn't really matter, as long as you can, you know, create widgets. So let's go down to Zooper, and let's go ahead one by one, and we're just going to make just something very, you know, simple. Even though it's just for show, I do like to make things, so we're gonna go ahead and make something. So about that size is cool. We're gonna go ahead and tap it and hit empty. And now over here is the canvas that we are going to be using. So right off the bat, I like to make the widget background fully transparent. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit layout, and layout is where you just add your text, rich text, rectangles, bitmaps, and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a photo. Okay, we're gonna just put something on a photo. Let's go ahead and select that. That's not okay. That took a while to load. My tablet's actually dying. Give me 1 second. Let me just plug this bad boy in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and connect the cable here so this doesn't die on me while I'm doing this. There we go. So that's charging now. We're just gonna choose a photo. You know what? I'm gonna go for Darth. Let's go for Darth Vader. Okay, there we go. So that's the bitmap that I'm choosing. I don't know, it's running a little bit lackadaisical. Okay, so there's the bitmap. So let's jump out of this. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's get back out. Okay, show me Vader. Show me the Vader. Okay, so there's Vader. Just tap, which will bring you right back into the editor. Okay, let's go ahead, hit layout, hit bitmap, and this is where you can control all the parameters for bitmap. Let's go ahead and make it a little smaller. There we go. So about that, about right there. Okay, I'm gonna take down the opacity a little bit, put it to about 70. Okay, and let's see here. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this isn't really necessary, you know, like I said, when I do things I like to do it just, you know, so it looks pretty cool. So I'm actually going to go ahead and add a rectangle. I'm going to put the width out. There we go. And I'm going to put the height, okay, like that. And then I'm going to change the color. I'm going to put it black. Gonna make it a little bit transparent, just a little. Gonna go like that. There we go. Now I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually, where's corners? There's corners. I'm gonna round that out to about there. Let's go back. I'm gonna move the rectangle behind the bitmap like that. I'm gonna make the bitmap a little bit smaller. Let's put it to about 60. 65. It kind of looks like something. Could be even maybe a tablet pop-up or something like that. Anyways, so we got that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just add something very simple. I'm gonna add the time. Make it a little bit bigger. Let's go all the way to 50. Just so it's visible. There we go, 50. Let's go ahead, and I always add blur effect, 5 and then 2 for the X and Y offset. and why not? I'll just give it a nice font or something like that. Again, this isn't really the main part. I know. There we go. And let's go ahead and remove this off of Darth's face. Alright, I'm going to make it a bit transparent. Let's move it up over here, and let's move it to about there. So there's the time. Okay, simple as that. So there we go. That's a simple widget that we have right there. You know, it's good to name it so you know what it is as well. And I'm going to name it Pop Up Zoop. Pop Up Zoop Toot 1. I'll just name it like that. Okay, so it's always good to save. I did save it, right? Pop Up Toot, that one? Oh, I didn't? Okay. Pop Up. Oops, Pop Up Zoop Tut 1 actually. So it's Tut 1, and then let's go ahead and save it. Now that's saved, and okay, so I changed the name and then I saved it. Alright, so I just give it a few seconds and it updates. There we go. So that's the widget. Okay, so that's the widget right there. So now we're gonna go ahead and actually I'll just leave that there and just go to the next page. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go hit shortcuts. Then we're gonna scroll down, and of course you need pop-up widgets. I do have the paid version. Okay, it's always better. I always go with the paid version because, oh, sorry there, fully out of focus. There we go. So I always go with the paid version just because I don't want to have to deal with ads, or I don't want to have to miss out on any cool features. So we're in pop-up widget. We're gonna go ahead and create a new pop-up widget. And you're gonna scroll down, and you scroll down. My son is being a little bit annoying right now, and we're gonna go ahead and hit Zooper. Okay, and when we hit Zooper, it was roughly, you know, it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit Zooper 4x4. Okay, yes, gonna allow. Okay, and then the icon I want to represent that, we'll just leave that as default for now. Title. Again, Pop Up Zoop Tut 1. Go hit OK. And now, when you scroll down, you're presented with this. This is basically going to be the size of your pop-up. Okay? And we'll get more into that. We're also going to be using customized position. Okay, so yes, customized position, we're going to get into that, where exactly you want your pop-up to pop up from. Selected fit in screen, opacity, all of that stuff. The reflection effect, it gives it a nice reflection as soon as the pop-up appears. Animation, this is where you want it to come from. So there's pop to the top, pop to the bottom, pop to left, pop to right, pop to the center, pop to screen center, slide from top, slide from bottom, slide from left, slide from right, and fade in. Okay, so for this I'm going to use pop to screen center. Okay, alright, it auto closes when you touch. There's an auto close delay, all of that stuff, close by touch, and all of that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go back, and then we just hit on pop-up Zooper, and there we go. So this little icon now, that is your pop-up. So when you tap it, the pop-up appears. Okay, so now you just tap on this again, because remember it's a Zooper, but there's nothing opened in it, but we did save. So we go to SD card, and there it is, the pop-up that we just created. Select that, and that is what's going to appear, as you see right there. Now, so when you tap on Zooper, there you go, there is your pop-up. Now to move it around, to get it where you want it to go, that's the next thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the app pop-up widget, not by selecting the shortcut or anything. You actually go into the app, and you are able to customize your settings and tweaks your widgets and stuff like that that you've created. Okay, so we're going to go in, and we're going to actually be looking at what I mentioned, which was customized position. Okay, so what you're gonna do over here, right beside the little trash bin, there's a wrench, obviously for settings. You want to go ahead and tap that. It brings you back into the configuration of the pop-up widget. So now you want to go down, and here's your widget, where in here you are able to resize and everything like that. So yeah, most likely you have it in the size that you want. If you want it bigger or anything like that, you can do that before you tap to resize, because when it comes in here, you know, Zooper says tap to resize or to configure, basically, or whatever that little message is. Tap to resize or put in the widget or create the widgets. You actually size it how you want, and then you tap it, bring your widget, and Zooper basically automatically loads your widget into that size. Okay, so customize position, input position, it automatically starts with X and Y at 0. Okay, so we want to try, I want to try to get it basically a little bit centered, and it's gonna pop. Let me see, it said pop to center of the screen. So actually, let's go back, let's check this out again, because it was supposed to pop to the center of the screen, and it's not popping to the center of the screen. Although I've never actually seen that before, pop to center of the screen. Maybe it's recent in an update, or maybe it's been there and I just haven't seen it. So let's just go back to the settings, animation, and it is pop to screen center. Okay, I'll just hit pop to screen, pop to center, sorry, and let's see. Okay, so it's there. So anyways, let's go back and let's see, let's go back to pop-up, let's settings, and now we are going to go to input position, which only appears after you select customize position. So for X, we're gonna go with about let's try 150, and let's try actually, you know what, 300. Okay, so X 150, Y 300. Okay, so we are here, and it's X 150 and Y 300. So we're gonna hit OK. We're gonna back out of this, and we're gonna go ahead and tap on the icon and see where this puts us. Here we go. Okay, so 300 is a little bit too far. 150 isn't that far. Input position, and we're at 350. So let's go ahead and try 347, and let's keep it at 100. Yeah, let's keep it at 100. Okay, this should do it. Let's go. No, that needs a little bit, it needs to go over a little bit more. Of course, you know, I don't really have to go that far into this right now. You guys get the idea. You see how to deal with the pop-ups. Let's just bring it to 340 right off the bat. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's hit that. It kind of, is it even moving? I'm not sure if it's even moving. And also what I should have been doing is testing to really see if it's the Y or the X coordinates, if they're actually based in landscape or if they are based in portrait. So what I'm going to do is change the 100 to 95, and let's see what happens. And that's the Y coordinate, which would be vertically. So let's see what happens. Did that move it? I don't think it made any, you know, significant move or anything like that. Anyways, so we have that. Let's go ahead and remove that now. We have the pop-up. Okay, now it is making the Zooper widget and implementing that pop-up. So we're going to go ahead and hold down once again widgets. We're going to go ahead and find Zooper. Of course, you can do this with UCCW as well. It does work kind of the same way. Of course, Zooper widget is just you know, a bit more advanced, really. Okay, so let's go ahead, and this time we're gonna go ahead and kind of make let's say kind of make a little status bar, basically. Okay, and we're gonna have the pop-up come from that. So we're gonna go empty. We're gonna go ahead and make the background fully transparent. Or you know what, let's give the background a little bit of color. Actually, I like the transparency because it does allow you to basically show off your wallpaper. I like to show off my wallpaper, so that's why I do it. We hit layout, we hit add. Let's go ahead and hit rich text. The time's already there, so we're actually going to I'm just gonna quickly again, don't have to do this, but I do like to. Let's go edit manually. Let's get rid of that. Oh, wrong thing I'm tapping actually. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And let's just go ahead and add the date. So I'm going to look for day in the week long. Oh, wrong one. I'm actually going to change my stylus. If I can find my other stylus. Here we go. This one's a little bit thinner. There we go. So we need day and week long. It's Saturday. Month and year, it's the 5th. And year, there we go. So it is Saturday. Actually, the day's not there, is it? There we go. Saturday, May the 10th. The dates all mumbo jumbo, but anyways, so it's Saturday, May 3rd, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I added that. Let's turn up the size. Okay, so that date is completely messed up. You're not really gonna know what that is if you just look at it. You might think it's October 5th or it's May 10th, whichever way. It is May 10th, of course. So let's go like that. Let's go and let's add in a little font. Let's go ahead and make sure that's in the center. Let's bring that up to the, actually that could actually stay where it is. Let's get the size up there. Okay, so simple as that. So we have that, so we basically have that. Let's go ahead, let's add a bitmap. Okay, and should I add a, okay, yeah, you can do it with a bitmap, you can do it with a font glyph, you can do it with just some text, you can do it with anything you'd like. So I'm just going to use a bitmap, and if I'm not mistaken, it's on here where I should be able to. Let's try some of these custom icons. I'm just looking for something like a clock. That's a clock, but I want something just to look a little bit more fancy schmancy. You know, I've gotten a lot of good talks basically about you know, the lengths of the videos that I do sometimes, that it's, you know, some people appreciate going in depth into it. Of course, I understand if it's kind of too long for some people as well. So I mean, you know, no worries there. Okay, so no other clock, so I'll just go with this one. So there's the bitmap, and that's basically like a clock thing. Let's go ahead and, you know what, let's put it right here in the center. And now this is where it comes down to. What you got to do here is now hit module on tap. Okay, beta, portrait only, blah 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 blah. This might not work then, since my tablet is set to landscape, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see if that works. Maybe that's why it actually said, oh, okay, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and scroll over to shortcut. As you see here, it immediately starts out with widget, where you can actually set the module on tap, which is similar to UCCW's hotspot, where you can set it to the configuration, because I usually lock the entire widget. I'll get to that in a second. So we're gonna go down, we go to Pop Up Widget, and then you select the pop-up widget that you want to pop up, which is of course Pop Up Zoop Tut 1. Select it, there you go, that's it. It says down here shortcut, that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's get out of this. Now there we have our widget, and there we go right there. Okay, so this is the widget we have just created, and now once you tap that, you will put up that pop-up. It might be a little, you know, so this is the thing. Now it might be transparent and everything, but once you go ahead and tap on the widget, it will open up the Zooper configuration tool. So let me just quickly move this up, because I think it might be in the way, and I'm actually going to put that module on tap to calendar, or Cal, which is what I use, a third-party calendar app, which is very great, by the people at AnyDo. Shout out to them, they make some great applications out there. There we go, Cal. Okay, let's go back. The bitmap, and the bitmap, I just need to move the bitmap, and we're just gonna go ahead and move it up like that. So there we go, and that's basically it. So now again, let's come back out, and it just takes a few seconds to refresh, and there you go, it's up there. So again, if you tap on the widget, it comes back into the configuration. So what I like to do is just add one more thing. I'm just gonna write Actually, you know what, not settings, so you know what it is. Zoop obviously stands for Zooper config. Let's just put that, just so you guys know exactly what it is. Even though if I said it you would, but anyways, just to be a little bit more descriptive. Okay, there we go. Let's bring that up a little more then. And for the Zoop config module on tap, this is where you're going to go ahead and select Zooper configuration. Okay, let's go in here. Here we go, Zooper configuration, which is default. That's why when you tap anywhere on the widget, you come here. So now if I set Zoop config to that, that's where it's gonna go. That's the only thing. And then when you come all the way back out, so again, let it refresh, tap on it, it's still going to go there. Okay, but now here, right in the beginning where it says widget settings, you're gonna go for that module on tap, and you're just going to disable that so the widget is locked. That's why you make basically an unlock, which would be, in this case, is Zoop config. Okay, and now we hit disabled, locked, and that's that. So now when I tap on it, nothing happens. Okay, so there you go. But if you do want to change something, add something, you just hit whatever unlock you created, and there you go, you are back in it. Okay, so module on tap, I've set that to Cal. There we go, there's Cal. I haven't signed in on this device yet. Now the moment of truth, the pop-up. So now when you go ahead and tap on the clock, what happens is you get your pop-up. It's not in the right place or anything like that, but you guys get the idea. There you have it. And again, it just takes time to really pinpoint where exactly you want your widget to get it lined up and stuff like that. You just gotta fool around with it. You gotta fool around with the lost my train of thought. You gotta fool around with the input. What is that? What is that called? The custom input, basically, right? The X and Y coordinates. You have to fool around with that till you get it exactly where you want it to go, and there you have it. Okay, so that is how you integrate the pop-up widget, within Zooper Widget or Zooper Widget Pro, or even Uccw. Okay, guys. Yeah, it might have been a little lengthy video. You know, I just wanted to get each detail out there to you guys, and I am a talker. I do like to talk a little bit. I'm talking right now, as you guys can see. But that's basically how you do it. This is how I create most of my themes. I do have a recent theme out there now. It's called Uccw. You know, I posted it around my social network and place like that. Don't be afraid to follow, guys. You know, follow me on Twitter. Check out the Facebook page. Check me out on Google+. Check out the YouTube channels, Picaso ENT014, and the second channel, Picaso Entertainment LTE. You gotta check those out, guys, because this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Music, games, technology, customizations, all of the above, family, religion, everything, guys. Check it out. Hope you guys like this quick little tutorial. Yes, this is quick for a tutorial for me, guys. Check out my channel. I have a tutorial that's, I think, about an hour long, or even a little bit more, and that's the highest viewed video on my channel. Anyways, a little bit of pop-up widget and Zooper widget, guys. A little bit of customization, a little bit of things showing you how it's done. Alright, guys, your boy Paul Picasso. It's tech time. Stay tech. See you in the next one. Peace.